Hello everyone. Today we'll discuss about transaction control language. When I say transaction control, it is a set of special commands that deal with the transaction within the database. That means basically a transaction is nothing but set of read and write operations. But in order to complete a transaction, I may either go with commit or otherwise abort. So controlling your transaction is through those special commands, or for managing transaction within the database, we use these commands and they will ensure data integrity and consistency. What are these commands? So whenever initial state is you are beginning the transaction, so finally based on success or failure, it may either commit or roll back. So you know, transaction is nothing but unit of logical work through continuous series of read and write operations on different data objects. But we have said a final schedule or a transaction will be having either commit or abort. So commit is going to be for a successful transaction, abort is going to be for a failure transaction. So let us try to see these commit and rollback statements. So transaction control language includes three commands basically: commit, rollback and save point. Commit making the changes permanent, rollback reverting the changes, and save point are like checkpoints to where I can revert back. So that I don't want to cancel everything, but up to a certain stage I want to get back. So it is like a snapshot. Coming to commit. So commit in SQL is to permanently save any transactions into the database. So generally whenever a DML, that is your insert, update, delete, changes are never updated to the database directly. You have seen that in order to implement atomicity, we use shadow page concept or shadow database concept. So that are never permanent. So hence we write a commit to save and make all the modifications permanent to the database. So that is through commit. So what is the syntax? You simply write commit as a part of your series of transactions. Once a transaction is committed, its changes become visible to other users and they are durable, they are permanent, they cannot be rolled back. Okay, that is commit. What is rollback operation? As you know, cancelling, reverting back. So rollback is used to undo the changes made to the current transaction. So it reverts the database to the last committed state, discarding all the changes made since the last commit or last rollback. Because in that case, last commit means whatever transactions was done up to that is written to the database and it is permanent now. So whenever I say rollback, it goes back to that, or otherwise all those transactions which have been made after the last commit will be cancelled or revert back. Okay. Now the rollback command can also be used with a special command called as save point. Now what is this save point? They are like checkpoints. They temporarily save the transaction up to where the transaction can be rolled back. So what I say is, I will make certain points as milestones so that when you want to revert back, you can say just revert back up to that milestone and anything before that I would like to commit. There is a possibility. So it is like I am putting certain checkpoints in between. So in case if you want to roll back to a checkpoint, so save points are generally made a note with a save point name or the identifier. You use that identifier to roll back. So what you say? Roll back to save point name. Use that identifier. So it rolls back a transaction to a named save point without terminating the transaction. So modifications that current transaction made to the rows after the save point are undone. Before that will retain. Now you can take a decision whether further to roll back or otherwise to commit there. It is possible. So that is the benefit of save points. How to write save points or how to use save points? You use a command. In TCL sets the named transaction save point with a name, save point name. So you specify, save point is a command and you specify the save point name. It is nothing but the identifier. So at any point during our queries, we can create a save point and save the transactions up to that point using the above syntax. So whenever you want to roll back, you can make use of this identifier and say roll back to that. You also have a facility to release save points in case of in MySQL, where you will simply say release save point and give the save point name. That particular save point will be removed. Okay. Now let's try to see an example on this particular TCL commands. Now let us assume that I have created a table called as class with these 3 records 1, 2 and 4 IDs. Now let us perform certain series of actions and see and illustrate how this rollback and rollback to a save point works. Okay. Now remember, in MySQL you just need to use set auto commit equal to 0 in order to make these transactions work. Okay. Now let me insert a value, a record 5 with ID 5 with the name Rahul into that table. Now I will commit here. Now what do you understand? Up to this 4.1, 2, 4 and 5, the database is made permanent because there is a commit. Now what I will do next is update and set the value of this Alex, what is this, Rahul to Abhijit. See the difference. Okay, I made it, I updated it. Now I am setting that as save point A. Now if at all I do roll back, this change also will be cancelled. If I roll back up to save point A, then this changes, Abhijit will be there. I will be able to commit so that Rahul's name is changed to Abhijit can be made possible. Okay. Next I am just doing insert into class another 2 records 6 and 7 with the names Chris and Bravo, and in between I have made save point B and save point C. Okay. That means up to save point B, if you see, your record will have this Abhijit and Krish. Save point C has made this changes with Bravo. Okay, this is the table finally when you try to see. Let me just check what I want to do. Now I just want to roll back and I am rolling back to a state B, roll back to B. So what do you expect here? B is the point where you have the name Rahul changed to Abhijit and Chris has been entered. So when you are rolling back to save point B, this change what you have made, Bravo, should not be applicable. Are we getting that? Let's try to see. Look at this. I said select star from class, the Bravo is not there. The insert operation Bravo, which was done after save point B, has been rolled back because I asked the database to roll back up to B. Now if at all I say roll back up to A, what is there in A? This name Abhijit. That means Chris was inserted after save point A. So if I say roll back up to A, you will see this as Abhijit. Now if you say commit, Rahul is going to be changed to commit Abhijit permanently. But in case if you again say roll back, it is going to be Rahul is also update operation is going to be changed. Look at this. The update operation, okay, both insert is there. Update operation is changed. So you are going to get it as Rahul. That is what is the example says in case of your save point. Fine. Thank you. This is about your transaction control language and it is going to be a part of your lab exercise. So we are going to work on these transaction commands in our lab exercises. Thank you.